So this is on screen. This is the mixer that's on the computer. Very seldomly use this. I usually use the iPad, but it's kind of easy if you're just coming in and hosting a party or something. So how you get to your channels is you have this area over here. You have channel 1 through 16, 17 through 32, and your return effects in and main bus. So what you want to mainly be concerned about is this your main master volume. This one at the far right where it says LR right here. That is going to control the whole volume leading to the front of house. Now even though the front of house has 2 sets of mains, they are linked, so you don't need to worry about that. All you have to do is worry about this one master volume will turn down both sets of mains. And so right now we're in the aux in. Oops, we're in the aux in. I'm going to go over here and click on 1 through 16. This gives you your mic channels through 1 through 16. Now, right now we have these set up for like kick, drum, snare, overhead, vocal 1, 2, 3. This is all front of house, bass, guitar, keyboards. This is where your 2 wireless mics are. You have 4 wireless mics in there. Only 2 are hooked up, and that would be this purple one, and I believe the brown one. So, yeah, purple and brown is the only mics that are hooked up right now. You can hook up all 4 wireless mics in there, but only 2 are hooked up right now in the card. So what you would do to get to all of the effects and that kind of stuff is you go up here. We're on setup mode right now. So to get to effects and all that kind of stuff, you want to go up here and you want to click on home. Now you're in home. Okay, so on the home button now, if whatever mic I select on, if I select 15, now I'm looking at all of this is the gate, the EQ, dynamics, and that kind of stuff. So you have home, config, which is routing, don't need to worry about that. Your gate, this is your gate. You can access your gate from here too. But if you go over here, you have your gate, you have your compressor, you have your EQ, and you have your sends. Now, if you're not a sound man, this is the only really thing you're probably going to be worrying about is your sends. So on your sends, 1 through 4 are your stage monitors. So basically, really we only have 3 set up. Your stage monitors, and on the tablet it'll show this better. So that's where I would really worry about this is the tablet, not here. But if you ever did have to come here, number 1 is usually is your number 1 send from the back, which is usually I think drum monitor, and then you have your front of house, which is now number 2, or maybe 2 and 3. So that's if you want a little more volume in your drum monitor, you turn up 1, and a little more drummer in your front of house monitors, depending on where you plug them in at, that'd be usually like 1 or 2 or 3. If it's a single person playing, I usually just plug them right into the aux out 1. So they would basically, this would be your monitor. So if you wanted them up, if you wanted to say mic 15 up a little more on the monitor, this is where you turn it out up and down at if you're on this system. Like I said, most of the time you're going to be using the other system, so it really doesn't matter. But if you had to get to it, that's where you get your sends. Reverb is, even though you can't read them here, number 13 is reverb, number 14 is delay. These are other effects, and you can change the effects out, but we're not going to get into that. It's just if they want reverb on, say, mic 15, you'd come over here and you would turn up 13, which is reverb. If they wanted reverb on, say, mic 16, click mic 16, over here to 13, that's reverb, turn that up. And then, or if they wanted, reverb on, say, mic 4, the vocal mic 4, if it was plugged into the back of there, you come over here and you turn it up some reverb, and that would give them some reverb. And like I said, this is going to be a way easier to use on the tablet and not this unit. Effects. This shows you all your effects matrix. So this thing will run 8 effects at once. Right now it has what's set up is the vintage room reverb, and you can change that out, but it's a nice reverb. Hall reverb. So actually effects 1 is reverb, effects 2 is reverb, effects 3 is delay, and effects 4 is like chorus or whatever. So once again, usually leave it on home. It kind of shows you what everything's going on. You can tell home, on mic 4, you have, it shows your sends here. You got some sends going to all 3 sets of monitors if the monitor's plugged in, and you got a little bit of reverb going on there. So, and you can see what's going on right now. Right now there's no gate, so if you want a gate on, you just hit gate, that turns the gate on. You can adjust the threshold here. What a gate does is basically a gate's like a door. So if there's audio coming through it, it opens the door, and if there's not enough audio coming through it, it closes the door. So that way, if it's really good to be used for like talking people, because if they're by the mic, it'll open the door and they're talking, and then when they walk away, it'll close it, so there's no feedback. So that's what the gate is. So that's basically the workings of the mixing board. So the mixer only has 16 mic inputs, so you would just stay on the 1 through 16 for your mics.